Da 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 da. Ladies and gentlemen, Coco Sports proudly presents the Boom Boom Room. And of course, I am the sexiest man on all of Internet Wrestling Radio. Boom Boom here, shaking the room live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. And kids, I have done it. I have run the fucking gauntlet, baby. Run it all. I have reviewed NXT. I have reviewed Lucha Underground. I have reviewed TNA. I have reviewed Ring of Honor. And now Smackdown, baby. The gauntlet is complete. 10 hours of professional wrestling knocked out by yours truly. And now most of you are wondering, well, where's Dave Coco? Why we got to settle for Boom Boom? Why is Boom Boom? You got some nerve, mister, first of all. But no, Coco's been busy. He's been working. You know, I personally think he's out on a swimming pool somewhere, sipping pina coladas, Bahamas Mamas, and looking at Japanese girls in little teeny tiny bikinis, and that's about it. Either that or he's teaching. Either one. I'm going to go for the latter. You know, the former rather than the latter. Considering, you know, I'd like to at least pretend that we're still somewhat cool nowadays. But you both know that's not true. And I'm not saying Dave Coco abandoned me and hung me out to dry, but I'm thinking it very loudly. But enough of the pleasantries, man. After running the gauntlet, I feel like I've actually accomplished something here. I don't know about that, but well, tell me what you thought, guys. Smackdown in the books. What do you get tonight's show? A win, a loss, or a tie? So pick one of the three, and down here in the comment section, please let me know what you thought. I'm gonna give SmackDown just a tie. I mean, it was just like, okay, it was there. I'm pretty sure if I was there in person, I mean, it might have been kind of cool, but, and I don't know if maybe I was just burnt out on wrestling because, I mean, this was the 5th show I had to watch, and I did this over a course of 2 days. Everything aired on the bulk of this aired on Wednesday. This aired last night. I jumped on and, you know, watched the whole show, the whole 2 hours. And maybe I was just like, you know, after watching, you know, after you watch stuff like Adam Cole versus AJ Styles or Samoa Joe and Finn Balor teaming up to take on Rhino and Kevin Owens, you know, you're maybe after seeing a lot of the stuff like that, you know, your expectations are a little high and whatever else is done, or maybe I was just burnt out. But anyway, around, I'm going to stick by it and just give it a tie because it wasn't like god awful, but there was just really nothing that stood out. And I can honestly say that about almost all the wrestling programs this week. I think it was PG Kills asked me that. You know, I kind of agree with them. I don't want to say there was nothing that was good. There was nothing, but there was just no one show that was head and shoulders above the other. I mean, yes, every show had its highlights. I mean, TNA had that 30-minute Iron Man match on there that was amazing. I love that. I mentioned about NXT and Ring of Honor. Lucha Underground, nothing particularly. I kind of like the main event with Prince Puma. So, I mean, everybody had their highlights, but other than that, I mean, it was just kind of bleh. Well, this was no exception. I mean, you have right now, the SmackDown stars the former Shield. That's what this whole show stars because that's who's always on there. This time you had Seth Rollins starting it out tonight with J&J Security, you know, bragging about the gifts that he gave the Authority, about beating down Brock Lesnar. They recap that, and then this brings out Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose momentarily backs off to go get a kendo stick, goes in the ring, starts swinging at everybody. This causes Seth Rollins to mention that the Authority has approved him to kind of authorize a match between Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt. That's the first match. You had I mean, look, I've seen this match 100 times already, and I don't know if I want to see it again. I mean, this was cool right after Hell in a Cell, and it just kept ending in non-finishes, and now they finally start having clean finishes after the whole damn feud's over with, and right now they're pushing Bray Wyatt as a big threat towards Roman Reigns and him, you know, and his, you know, being creepy, stalking him. This went all over the ring. Eventually, Bray Wyatt, took the reins, so to speak, and hit Sister Abigail and got the win on Ambrose after giving it was like a Cobra clutch slam, kind of like a rock bottom into the security rail on the outside, took him back in. That made him ripe for the picking. Hit Sister Abigail, gets the win. Not a bad match, probably worth checking it out. Next we had Adam Rose versus R-Truth. Adam Rose, I don't get what the fuck they're doing with him. They're trying to come up with I wish they would, what, if you're not going to have him be the party guy, don't be a lemon, be a rosebud. Just bring him back to Leo Kruger. I mean, hell, if you're going to make him a villain, I mean, just fucking go all the way with it. Taking on R-Truth, who comes out that ridiculous getup with a Burger King crown, a shower curtain, and a plunger, obviously mocking his I guess the man he's feuding with right now, King Wade Barrett. This match didn't go long. It went by like a couple of minutes. Adam Rose missed a corner. R-Truth missed a corner dive. Rose took over. Truth blocked some punches, then just came back and hit the lie detector out of nowhere. Got the win. Then waved to the crowd, and that was about it. Also, John Cena has been nominated for a Sports Humanitarian of the Year award by ESPN. So say what you want about John Cena. I won't knock him for granting all those make-a-wishes, even if he does exploit some of them, and WWE exploits some of them. I mean, but the bottom line is the guy does it. The guy has done more make-a-wishes than a lot of people have ever fucking dreamed of. So I'll give the devil his due on that one. So, well-deserved nomination. And to be honest, I hope he wins. I know I probably just got some heat with the internet inventory, but no, I really hope he wins. Next, we had a big man match, Mark Henry versus Ryback. It was a little bit better than what I thought it was going to be. I just thought it was going to be power slams galore, but no, they tied it up a little bit. And here's another thing. Here's one thing I can't stand about professional wrestling. If a wrestler has done something, remember that. And don't act surprised when it happens again. Like, for example, and this is something I couldn't do, but let's say I'm playing basketball and I do a slam dunk. Now, if it's the first time I've done it and you've never seen me do it before, holy shit, boom, boom, did a slam dunk. Man, that's amazing. But if I do it again, okay, yeah, wow, he did that slam dunk again. But if I do it again, then it's okay. He can slam dunk. We get it. Okay. It's expected. I'm not saying it's not it's not a great physical accomplishment, a great physical feat, if you will. But remember that. Same thing with Ryback. I mean, Ryback has picked up Mark Henry before. Ryback has picked up Big Show before. He's hit the shell shock on him before. So don't act like it's a huge deal when he, was like, oh, no, he can't get Mark Henry up. Okay, he's going to have to dig down deep. Oh, now he's got Mark Henry up. Dude, we know. We've seen him pick him up before. I mean, it's not that huge of a deal. So please remember that because you make yourself look stupid. They did, the Feed Me More chants come in. Anyway, Ryback hits the shell shock on Mark Henry. And got a good win, good build up heading into Battleground against Big Show and The Miz and the Triple Threat. And one of these things isn't like the other things. One of these things just doesn't belong, or however the song goes. Yeah, I wish The Miz would get the fuck out of there. I don't give a shit. Next, we had a Divas battle, Naomi versus Brie Bella, and the clusterfuck that is Divas booking continues. Here's my problem with this. The booking is so fucking inconsistent on with the Divas. Remember, I was bitching about this last week. They had this virtually the same match last week, but the Bellas were getting cheered, and Naomi was the bad guy. Well, just a week later, the Bella's another bad guy, and Naomi's now the good guy. Wait a minute. Naomi is still positioned as a heel, especially with Tamina Snuka. And the Bellas are heels, and now they've teamed up with Alicia Fox to have Team Bella. And I don't get it. I mean, it makes no fucking sense because, it's so goddamn inconsistent. It just drives me crazy. I mean, it's just like they've given up on the Divas booking. I mean, nothing fucking matters. I mean, they would never do this on NXT. And when they do it on NXT, they at least have something to kind of acknowledge, okay, this person, they're teasing like a face turn with Sasha Banks. They did that this past week on NXT. Remember, you both had Dana Brooke and Emma messing around with the NXT Women's title, and hey, I think this would look good on us, and and Sasha's like, no, I'm the boss around here, and he's like, whoa, well, you're going to challenge both of us. Well, you better go find you a partner. You're looking like getting some sympathy here. A 2-on-1 situation where the champ has to fight out of this. Here, it's just like the brief. Okay, this week. Okay, the Bellas, you're the faces this week. I mean, that's just what it seems like. I mean, it's just absolutely. I don't know where the hell they're going with this. I really hate WWE's Divas division because they'll take good athletes and they'll fucking ruin them. But anyway, if you even give a shit, which frankly, internet inventory, I don't think you do. Brie Bella wins with that face buster. So congratulations, I guess. Whoop-de fucking do. Next, we had the Ascension versus the Primetime Players. Guys, what do you think happened? Because that's what happened. Primetime Players got a win. It was about a 10-minute match. The Ascension did a good job isolating Darren Young, and then Titus O'Neil finally getting the hot tag, going crazy. Titus hit Clash of the Titus on Connor, get the win. And then, oh yeah, speaking of clusterfucks with the Divas division that was bitching about like 30 seconds ago, Rusev and Summer Rae are coming out. They're coming out from backstage. Why are these two a couple? Yes, I know that last week during bitching on SmackDown, Summer Rae tapped Rusev on the shoulder and goes, hey, Lana's not worth it. Okay, so how the hell does that start a relationship? I mean, they never really explained it, and now Rusev is out there essentially playing like the controlling boyfriend. I guess that's his gimmick right now. Instead of being like the Bulgarian brute, he's just the control freak boyfriend now. But holding up the microphone to Summer Rae and not letting her touch the microphone. And he actually made a mistake. I've got a new Lana. I got a new girlfriend or new woman, whatever. That was a mistake, but I think that worked in the favor of Rusev. I mean, it's more of a Freudian slip. Summer Rae apparently, it's good that they give her something to do, but I just don't like how it is. And she's kind of got that plastic smile, like, oh crap, I'm in this way over my head already. I'm playing like the girlfriend that's starting to realize that, hey, my boyfriend's really possessive and really manipulative and kind of a control freak. But she kept on the plastic smile, and the whole. We don't need, Lana anymore. So Summer Rae, no Lana. So I think it was kind of awkward, but at least the storyline's going somewhere. But I just wish they would explain why Summer Rae. I mean, is it going to be revealed that, she kind of got paid for it, so that way he could put on, it's like, hey, I got another hot woman now. See, I can get any woman that I want. Or is it because, Lana sees, dollar sign, she's gold digging because, ironically enough, because she called Lana gold digger. What's the motivation behind this? I mean, is there any kind of tease of why they're doing? No, they're not explaining anything, and it drives me crazy. If you do shit randomly, yeah, it's unexpected, but it has to make sense. I mean, right now, okay, I've got this glass of water right here. Now, I could take this glass of water and I could just pour it all over me right now. And yeah, it would be unexpected. And, but there needs to be some kind of, maybe I can reveal, oh, okay, well, I was feeling really, really hot. Or, oh my God, I feel like I've got a burning sensation here on the top of my head. I need to cool it off. Or, wow, it's, or whatever. I'm just feeling silly, but there has to be an explanation for it. That's the same thing with WWE. There has to be an explanation for the shit you do. It's somewhere down the line. There needs to be an explanation, some kind of motivation, has to be something. You just can't do shit for the sake of doing it and go, well, see, that was unexpected, where are you going with it? Well, we haven't figured that out yet. Then why are you doing it? You got to know where you're going first. I mean, I just can't get in my car and just start driving. Where are you going? Well, I ain't figured it out yet. That makes no fucking sense. Then we get to the main event, Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, part 715. I'm really sick of seeing this match. I'm really sick of seeing this match. No, I'm really sick of seeing this match. WWE, no, you're not listening to me, WWE. I am sick of seeing this match. I have seen this like 700 fucking times. Maybe that's not factually accurate, but Come on. I have seen this match so many times. We get it. We get it. Seth Rollins is a dick. We get it. We get it. You're building back up Roman Reigns. We get it. You know, yes, Seth Rollins is with the authority. We get it. But, dude, go somewhere. We got a saying where I'm from called shit or get off the pot. Dude, you either need to pull the trigger on something or don't have this fucking feud, period. Please, God, for the love of God and all that is holy on this earth, do something different with this. You know, and here's another thing. If you're going to do the match, have a fucking match. Don't have the same fucking ending. I think this is the same thing that happened last week. People interfere. There's disqualifications all around. Same damn thing. What the fuck do you think happened? Okay, if you said these two had a great wrestling match in which there was a clean finish, a clear winner, a clear loser, and a tease over into Raw, into, you know, where this feud's going to go next, you would be wrong. You would be fucking wrong. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns tied up. Roman Reigns starts to get an advantage. In comes J&J Security. Reigns wins via disqualification. Then they start to beat down on Roman Reigns. Dean Ambrose comes out and back with a kendo stick. This allows Reigns to Superman punch onto Rollins. J&J gets Seth Rollins out of the way, out of the ring, and then you have the good guys standing tall in the ring, the bad guys retreating, the music's playing. Good night, everybody. We'll see you on Monday. Please, WWE, please just do something different. Switch up opponents. Just do something. I'm tired. You know, I understand that there's this ongoing feud between Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, and I know they're doing a side feud right now with Reigns and Bray Wyatt. But come on, dude. I mean, stop either having these matches or do something different with it, please. So that's going to do it. Overall, it was just an average show. So if you watch it, good for you. If not, you're really not missing anything. Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt, it's okay. Adam Rose versus R-Truth, you can skip. Mark Henry versus Ryback, you can skip. Naomi versus Brie Bella, I want you to cut it out of your memory because what has been seen cannot be unseen. The Ascension versus Primetime Players, skip it. Main event, if you really, really, really like this feud, yeah, watch it. But overall, I would just say if you're going to check anything, maybe check out the opening match. But this is just kind of a hit or miss show. Either if you're a hardcore SmackDown fan, or no, excuse me, if you're a hardcore, like, you know, Shield fan, yes, watch this. If you could just really give two shits because you've seen this, you've seen all these combinations like 500 fucking times already, you can skip it, go about your day, and be just fine. So I'm going to give it a tie because it was just bland. It was just an absolute bland show. I'll leave that up to you, determine if it's worth your time or not. But in the meantime, that's it. I have done it. I have run the gauntlet. I have just reviewed 10 hours of professional wrestling. I look like hell. I feel like hell, but I have done it. I have reviewed everything now, so all 5 shows, and then hopefully Dave will get off his ass and do the – I'm just kidding, Dave. Love you, bro. We'll do the 4th of July show from Tokyo, Japan. Dave is in Tokyo. He had to give away his tickets, but hopefully he'll be able to check out the show and review that. If not, I guess I've got some more shit to do come Saturday morning. The Beast returns to the East. We're going to see the big match, of course, at least in my opinion, is Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens for the NXT title. I'm interested to see where that goes, how they're going to book this. And if you go back and check out my NXT review, there were some red flags I saw with that where I'm not completely convinced that Finn Balor may be the guy walking out with the title. I explain more in the review. Also, you can check us out at KocoSports.com. That's KocoSports.com. It's your home for all combat sports. That includes boxing, mixed martial arts, pro wrestling, amateur wrestling, sumo wrestling, taekwondo, kickboxing, judo, If you can get your nose broke doing it, we got you covered there on the site. Be sure to check out our news and gossip section, updated daily, along with our very popular video on demand section. And the best part about KocoSports.com, it's all absolutely positively 100% free. So also be sure to like, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We're cranking out these shows at least one a day. Coco will be back. Hopefully, we're going to get this 4th of July review in. And then, of course, the whole week starts all over again on Monday with our Monday Night Raw review. Dave has been taking his reviews about as long as WWE puts on programming, but definitely worth checking out. So I'd like to thank everybody for taking this journey with me here. I've done all 5 shows in the middle of the week, so I'm going to give myself a Barry Horowitz, and I'd like to thank the Internet Infantry for coming along the line. Keep your questions coming in. If I don't get to them, we'll try to do a Stump the Idiot. We'll dedicate a show. And, of course, if you want us to do a show specifically for you, if you'll go to KocoSports.com, KocoSports.com, on the front page, if you'll scroll down, kind of look on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see a little section there where we have Internet Infantry T-shirts. It's, it's pretty cool. A bulk of that money actually goes to paying for the actual T-shirt, to pay for that. So we really don't make a lot of money off that. I mean, you're talking like maybe $1 or $2, if that. Be sure to check that out. And if you buy that, just let us know that you bought it. We want you to take a picture of you in it and send it to us because we want to post that. And then we will answer any 5 questions that you may have. I mean, anything. Nothing's off limits. It can be wrestling, it could be music, it could be movies, it could be politics, it could be, just anything. Food, whatever you want to do. You can always get that there, and of course, we'll do a show just for you. Real quick before we go, Joshua Green, he's got a question. He's excited for the Beast in the East, or he's asking me, excited for Beast in the East? Can't wait for Balor and Owens. Actually, yes, I am. I want to see how some of the other matches go. I know, Lesnar versus Kofi Kingston in there. I just want to see how they handle this, because I know they have to WWE actually has to try in Japan. Dave will tell you that Japan, they've got a ton of good pro wrestling. They've got New Japan, All Japan, Pro Wrestling Noah, Dragon Gate. They've got a lot of good wrestling there. So if, WWE comes into town and they don't, make an effort, they don't go balls to the wall, the fans will just fucking leave and ask for their money back. So WWE knows they have to handle things a little bit differently there. And this isn't necessarily a new thing. This happened back during the early 90s, back during the then WWF era. Go back and Google Hulk Hogan versus the Great Muta. He would show up. Hulk Hogan would show up in New Japan, and son of a bitch, he would fucking wrestle. I'm not kidding. I know what you're thinking. Well, he always, no, I'm talking, he fucking took his wrestling to another level when he was in Japan, because the Japanese crowd's like, you're going to have to impress us. You're going to have to work your ass off. So Hulk Hogan went out there and fucking wrestled, and I felt kind of ripped off because I knew Hulk Hogan could actually wrestle. He just chose not to. But then again, if you make millions of dollars just by, doing hand gestures and then dropping a big leg, and that's all you've got to do to make millions of dollars and save your body and keep your career going, I kind of don't blame them. But I'm telling you, it's a sign of Hulk Hogan you haven't really seen. So Google that. Just check out Google Hulk Hogan versus Great Muta. This was like around 90, 91. This is back when he was still the WWF champion. Him and Jimmy Hart went out there. Actually, a pretty interesting match. Hell, he did it in Ensaguri. Hulk Hogan did a fucking Ensaguri. So this isn't anything different. So they're going to have to wow the Japanese crowds. So I want to see if they put forth a little bit bigger of an effort. You can tell they're putting a little bit of an effort in there. They brought Finn Balor back. Of course, he made made a name for himself as Prince Devitt there. Brock Lesnar, former IWGP Heavyweight Champion. And one thing Dave is interested in seeing, and I am too, is how the Japanese fans treat him. Because remember, for a while, New Japan went to court. They took WWE to court over that. This is after Lesnar quit WWE. Lesnar wanted to go back and do a little bit of professional wrestling over in Japan, and New Japan took WWE to court, saying over this no compete clause, going, we're not competing with WWE. We're over in Japan. We're in a different fucking hemisphere. How the hell are we competing with WWE? And to their credit, they won. New Japan won that court battle. And in fact, hell, to stick it to Vince McMahon, they renamed the F5 there in New Japan. They called it the Verdict, you know, to stick it in, because the judge's verdict ruled that these two companies could not compete with each other, so therefore Brock Lesnar could wrestle because they were in non-competition with each other, and it wasn't a violation of a no-compete clause. And then Lesnar, you know, won the IWGP Heavyweight Championship and belt on the fucking company to go do other shit. Yeah. Way to go. Classy move there, Brock. And so I'm interested to see if the fans still remember that, if they're going to hold it against Brock Lesnar. What are they going to, you know, how are they going to treat it? What are they going to do with it? Interested to see how that plays out. But but that's going to come on at 5:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central, and this is in the morning. Some people are already asking me, are you going to watch it? I'm going to watch it. I won't be able to watch it when it airs because, believe it or not, Boom Boom actually has to work. I'm actually at work at 5:30 in the morning. I work overnights into the early morning on the weekend, so I won't be able to check it live. I'd like to, but I can't. I've actually got to work, so hopefully I can catch a replay when I get home from work in the morning and see where it goes. So that's going to do it for me. I'd like to thank everybody who's watched, especially if you've watched all 5 reviews. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. Thank you very much. If you haven't, please just go back and watch. I had to watch like 10 hours of wrestling to get online and review it, so I can watch it. Just kidding. And that's going to do it for me. So this is Boom Boom for my partner, Dave Coco. I am over.